All right, Greg Room Holic FTH 202. We're in our workshop. We're actually doing the middle of a remodel right now. So got one bench out of the 5 that I had. Right here to my right, which is my laptop. Move the camera just a little bit. That's our course material there for our sourcing and everything. We've got the Taurus 856 right here on the workbench. We're going to go ahead and show it's free and clear. You can see there's no brass. And we can see light in the chamber. The chamber's empty. We got screwdrivers, we got punches, we got some brass right over on the side if we need them. We got 2 different bench blocks, as well as our hammer for the removal of the wooden handle for the strike plate. We're going to first knock this roll pin out, pull the grip off, and get the cylinder out. After we take the screws, get side plate off, and then show the internal workings of the revolver as we go through the cycle operations and remove the necessary parts following the course guidelines. I'm going to be kind of pausing and playing the video as I do each step, showing each step once it's completed. So to start with, we're going to find the right punch and to get to knocking the pin out. Stay tuned. So you see we left the roll pin still partially inside here. I know my light in this shop is god-awful. That's part of the remodel. Please bear with it. So that we have this off, we're going to go ahead and remove these screws. So we have firearm now. Move the screws, side plate is still on. We have the cylinder out of the way, and the 3 screws set aside in the order that we took them off from the rear of the firearm towards the front of the firearm. At this point, we take the wooden end of our hammer, and we just kind of tap on the firearm. That way we can get the side plate. As you can see, the side plate is starting to raise, or it'll come off. Kind of keep your fingers over it. There are some little springs that can pop out. Once you get it raised up, try to work your hand under there a little bit, and you can try to remove it. A couple more little taps. I'll get my fingers. Lift the side plate right off. Make sure you don't want to let that hit the ground or anything and become damaged. And here we have the internals of the firearm. So we're going to set this on the bench, flip the camera around, and go over the portions that we need. So we're going to go ahead and show the current process we're at right here. So yeah, it's a little Christmas light. Broke off, couldn't find a piece of stranded copper or a small enough punch to retain in that hole for your hammer strut and spring. Here we have this is our trigger strut and spring right here. Of course we have the hammer, we have our hammer bar right here. Of course we got the trigger. And then the cylinder's out, as we can tell, as long as our grip is off as well, and the side plate is removed. So we're going to decock this. We're going to pull our hammer strut and spring out, and then we're going to cock it again, pin our trigger bar strut, decock it, pull that out, and then we'll slightly cock it and remove the hammer. Here's one part out. We'll pause this while I get another piece of a homemade tool. Here we have our trigger spring strut removed from the firearm. So next we want to just slightly pull the hammer back, and we're going to work our hammer out. So at this point we have the trigger, the hand, transfer bar, and the hammer still remaining in the firearm. Those are the only components that are left. Everything else has been removed, and that is step 3 of the assignment. Now at this time, we have a fully stripped Taurus 856 frame. So we finished putting the 856 back together for the demonstration of the cycle operations. So as we can see right here, firearm is currently unloaded. We have the side plate and the grip still off of this. Going over the cycle operations, there's 8 cycles: feeding, chambering, locking, firing, unlocking, extraction, ejection, and cocking. So the revolver, they're a little different than semi-automatic. We're going to use these snap caps here. We're going to feed. We're going to then chamber. Chamber's now locked. we can go into firing, but as we're firing, we're unlocking, we're cocking. Fires, we run 2 rounds, 1 round, 6 rounds. We will then unlock the cylinder. That is becoming our extraction process. And then, of course, once we dump the rounds, we have now ejected them. So a little bit different on the cycle of operation, the revolver versus like a semi-automatic for what a lot of people are used to, as these have a little bit more of a manual feel of what you have to do to eject, extract, chamber, the locking, unlocking phases. So that will conclude the cycle operations for this Taurus 856.